Ken, Sam, and Simon are back for episode 26 of the Hotspur America podcast. The lads and I take a look at the Fiorentina and West Ham matches from this past week. We'll take a stab at what might be ailing some of our midfielders. And of course, we'll take an in-depth look at the upcoming Capital One Cup final at Wembley Stadium. We have lucky socks, our flag is finally back home from the lane, and Spurs are on their way to Wembley. Hotspur America is next.
And naturally, I'm a Tottenham man, obviously. I can reflect back to being a player with and manager of some of the finest players that have ever been in the game.
The place is fantastic, the tradition of this club.
To be the manager of 3 cup-winning teams here, I'm so lucky, it's untrue.
Hotspur America podcast, airing every week during the English Premier League season.
What a glory, glory night at White Hart Lane. This great and historic football club. Joyful night down the Tottenham High Road.
Hotspur America, the original US-based podcast dedicated solely to Tottenham Hotspur Football Club.
Gascoigne gonna have a crack. He is, you know. Oh, I say! Schoolboy's own stuff.
I hate Arsenal, just hate them.
Oh, what a goal! Unbelievable! Wow, this is incredible.
We're the Yids in America.
Dempsey's there to tap in. What a fantastic run! He scored! And it's turned home. Eric Dyer.
This is your Hotspur America. With Ericsson and Chadley, we don't misspell so badly. We are hot shot Tottenham. For all the piss and moaners out there in social media, that was for you plastic lot. Week 26 of the Hotspur America podcast. In your face. 2015 League Cup final next week. The lads and I will cover what we expect from that match. We'll cover Fiorentina and West Ham matches from this week. Look at the second leg of the Europa League, as well as the Cup final next weekend. All that and tons more, but first I want to bring on Simon. Cheers, how you doing?
I'm good, mate. This week's podcast is proudly brought to you by Samuel Adams Rebel Rouser Double IPA.
What's the alcohol content in that?
A lot.
A lot. Brilliant.
Necessary.
Gets in the net.
And joining us all the way from University Park in Dallas, we have...
The crap part.
The crap part of University. I can't believe we just did that. Sammy, you good, brother?
I'm good. I'm self-medicating. I mean, I'm self-medicating. I'll be the first to admit I need to. I'm a bit down. I'm Tottenham nucleosis is what I suffer from today. So,
I think we should forewarn our listeners that we've been pre-air for 40 minutes, so we've gotten a little toasty in the meantime, a little raucous, and it's just going to just carry on.
Yep.
Let's do this.
And I'm your host, Ken, brought to you by Woodchuck Hard Cider, Granny Smith Apple, 5% alcohol by volume. Numero 4. I think that's how you say that. Let's see, we got rough week of football. But you know what? We don't piss and moan here. That's not what we do. We talk about our players, we talk about the system, we talk about tactics, and we might give our opinion.
We are the pain. We are the crazy. We are the best you've ever seen at Wembley.
Right.
Go on, Ledley.
Go on.
69 cents in the iTunes store. Go get that. It's for charity. Do it.
What was that one headline?
First shout out of the night to Ledley and the Kings, the single for the Cup final next week, Hot Shot Tottenham 2015, featuring the original music of Chaz and Dave, reworking their 1987 hit single. It is all for charity, so make sure you go buy it. I think it's 59p in the UK, 69 cents over here. Cracking single. Let's get it into the charts.
I got a feeling we're going to get that interjected into the podcast throughout the show.
You damn right we will.
Sweet. No, I got no problem with that. Sam, I knew you were trying to say something about 16 seconds ago, so what do you got?
No. Sorry. Are they making a video out of that as well? Have they?
I severely doubt they'll be able to get the players anymore to do anything like that.
Maybe we'll get a collage from next Sunday with positive results.
Yeah. That would be brilliant. That'll enable me to buy a kit, because I'm afraid to go and buy one in the shop because I'll jinx it. And I think Simon, you said the same thing, right? You're not going to buy one.
I wanted to take advantage of that free shipping and the 30 quid home shirt and get Harry Kane on the back and the Capital One printing, and that would have been bad juju.
That would have been bad juju.
Speaking of kits, I bought my wife the 3rd kit. That yellow kit is pretty flash.
That's what I had on today, mate.
It's not. Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I never. Like, you were wearing your cardigan. You were
I know,
wearing.
It's bloody cold in the
It's a
pub.
cool shirt. It's a really it's really well done. It's a nice kit. Yeah, it's got a bunch of stuff embroidered on the back, doesn't it? Like Billy
Echo
Nick
of
stuff.
Glory. Echo
Yep,
of
yep,
Glory.
yep,
Yeah, the
yep.
Echo of
Yeah,
Glory.
it's well done. Well done. Anyway,
Yeah, I need to get that one. That's the only one I don't have for this year.
gentlemen, I need you this evening. I need you to get me off the ledge.
Spurs sick again, Sam?
Let's discuss.
Let's discuss. A week of it, actually. Thursday and Sunday. Draws.
Thursday
Like,
wasn't that bad though, was
you
it?
know,
Oh.
we should
I
have
opened up
4
a can
goals
of
in the
Did he
first
say
15
that?
minutes.
Did he say that?
But we don't piss and moan on
don't.
on the Hotspur America.
Liar.
We bite our
let's
tongues.
start
Yeah.
with Thursday.
Let's start with Thursday. You know what? Soldado, Chadley had a chance before Soldado's volley. Beautiful goal, by the way. Chadley had almost say it was a sitter, but he stood, right in the 6-yard box and right into the chest of the goalie.
No, that was after, wasn't it?
No, was it?
Wait, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. We would have been 2-0 at that point. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I'll go back and look. I
can't remember.
Which one? The overhead?
No.
No,
When
no.
Chadley hit the crossbar.
Yeah.
No. The crossbar was
the stroke at
the
halftime.
crossbar was late. But
Yes.
Chadley had a sitter early in the game where he just drilled it straight into the keeper.
Oh, sorry, misunderstood you.
Yeah,
okay.
no, he had 2 very good chances to score. He should have walked away from that match with a brace. Soldado had the volley, and then, can you imagine White Hart Lane if that bicycle kick goes in?
Oh, absolutely, and what it would have done for Soldado, arguably for the rest of the year. Yeah, Kenny, our chairman and I were chatting about that today in the pub. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, he really it was remarkable. Just his body positioning. It was a good shot.
Yeah,
We love Bobby Soldado.
We do, and we scored off of a corner combined with Bobby scoring a goal, so there were 2 small miracles that happened all at the same time. Yeah, I know. And then, of course, the miracles quickly ended when Walker was spinning around in circles while a corner came in. Lloris made a really good save on the first shot, bounced off of a defender. Walker's looking left, the ball's right, and he kicks it right through his legs, and he's looking around, and Lloris
The instant
unglued.
replay was interesting to see his head so delayed as to where the ball was.
Yeah.
It was almost comedic. I mean, it's not his fault, but it just pinged around so much, and of course, if he just shut his legs,
Yeah.
that's what she said, it would have not gone in.
Well, and they continued today. The same type of thing. What was it? The second goal? Was it the second goal that went in? And Lloris, the camera closes in on him.
Yeah, he looked at Walker.
And you could if you could read
not
lips
happy.
flat out. And
It was a bit of the same, wasn't it?
excuse my French, but Lloris, for fuck's sake, that's exactly what he said.
That is what he said.
And I was like, oh my word, he's going to be off to Madrid.
But did you see there was also a Vine out there on Harry at the end? They say you never fucking give up. Love him. Love him.
I agree.
He is
He's
our
one
new
of our own.
champion.
Yeah, and some people trying to bollock him today. I could not believe it.
Harry?
Yeah, just saying that when he doesn't score, he looks remarkably average, and some of these people on Twitter are just unbelievable.
You know what though? I've got an opinion on that, and I wasn't real
They're
happy with him
16
today.
and they're not. They don't have
Yeah.
a right to an opinion because
no.
they don't know anything about a club.
Yeah, no, because they think Harry.
They
ought to be
couldn't
sitting in
name
the
one
6-yard
player
box.
off the double team.
No, and the only negative I have for Harry right now is I think that the success has hit him so fast, so quickly, and it's proportionately grown out of control. That when he was on the ball today, he had prime opportunities to distribute, and he held it, and he held it, and he held it, and in more times than not, he lost it. And the announcers made a good reference to the setup that Sam did. He was really compact in the middle, ran basically a 4-5-1, and those 5 went wide, and the 4 center backs played straight across the 18-yard box line, and we were trying to go through the middle. That's why Townsend was ineffective. He wouldn't use his speed up the wings, couldn't use his speed up the wings because he couldn't get past midfield, it seemed like, half the day. It was really a frustrating defensive setup that West Ham had, and it worked, to a point. And I think 2 goals after the 80th minute, and we're looking at fitness again. Albeit, one was a penalty, but we had our opportunities. We had a lot of really good opportunities today.
27 shots we had today.
Kane's outside of the foot that hit the post. Soldado's blazer that Adrian saved. He's a good keeper.
He is.
And,
he is a good keeper. You're right.
For as superstar-esque that we can make a goalkeeper look, a la Tim Krul, who looked like garbage yesterday against City. You expect these guys that have a little bit of a pedigree to them to come to the lane and just play a blinder of a game. And Adrian, it kind of started out like that. It did not look going into about the 75th minute that we were not going to score. And I was like, we are not going to walk out of this pub 2-0. I'm not going to be happy.
At one point, I thought it was going to be 3-0.
Yeah,
it almost could have if it had been that re-save that he then kicked around the post.
Yeah. And the one that hit him in the face.
Remember the one of the 2 spammers there? He thought for sure that goal was in. Frankly, I did too.
Yeah.
And I was a sick feeling there for a second because I thought it went in as well. Ugh.
Yeah, I thought.
Because then it would have happened again.
It would have happened again.
But did you really think that West Ham was good today? I just thought.
No.
I thought. No.
Defensively they were. They've had a good run of late, and then they hit a road bump just recently in the last few weeks. And I think losing 4-0 last week in the Cup was probably a wake-up call for them. And they set about their game plan well. They absorbed a little bit of pressure, and then they got away with some stuff. But I thought defensively they were solid.
So what was that?
You're right. Adrian is.
Cider.
The amazing cider man. Sorry.
Ken, will you open all your bottles before the podcast, mate?
Negative.
But I thought that Winston Reid, a lot of people said, he signed a pre-contract with us for summer. I mean, I don't know how you'd know that, but I thought he was good.
Yeah, we were kind of joking that this was his top.
You've got the Gooner on loan, was it Jenkinson?
Yep.
Yeah, he didn't play half bad, did he?
Yeah, so I thought they defended well. They didn't really have much else. It was our mistakes, our defensive lapses that allowed their 2 goals.
Yeah.
And
I think we made them look good.
The latency in front of goal from us is what let us down. And to have to go 2-0 down to come back like that, it is great that we did that. And obviously it saved our blushes, but that's not what we should be doing. We should be putting them to the sword much earlier and finishing them off, and just having a bit more discipline than we showed today. And that was what was disappointing. I don't want to slag anyone off, and we can go into the tactics in a little bit because we've made some notes, but it was just disappointing that we were so lackadaisical, and our passing and our possession was just, it was very, very annoying. And that to me was the disappointing thing, instead of just going for the jugular and playing with a free-flowing style with passes that met the player and just peppering them with shots. It just didn't happen. And granted, we built up to it, but I think it took us getting a goal back to have the belief that we could go on and get anything out of the game, and it was too little too late.
Well, it was the first 20 minutes Thursday. We did that. We pressed and attacked goal. We did it the first 10 minutes today.
We could have been 3-0 up in that game.
And then it all just goes to hell. It's like, what happens after 15 minutes, a quarter hour, 20 minutes, that makes us just stop doing what we're doing? We did it all through Chelsea. We did it all through the North London derby. And all of a sudden we just stop because it's Fiorentina or West Ham. This is what scares me about, playing some of these fixtures that are, we should be smashing this team. Coming in, the form guide for West Ham was shit. They were terrible.
Yeah.
Draws, losses, draws, and losses. And I think 1 win. And then they lose Carroll, which I think makes them more dangerous, because it lets, instead of long balls floating into Carroll, they're able to do a little tic-tac-toe. But like someone was saying, conversely, because they capitalized on our mistakes, they played so well defensively that we capitalized on theirs. Adrian's punch out that fell to Rose left him 10 yards off goal, and Rose just hit it into the ground and put it right over the top of his head. Now, I don't know whether he meant to do that, but that's what happened. And of course the penalty in the 95th minute, it was their mistakes that led to our goals too. We didn't really do a whole lot in the creativity that led to an end result. We still suffer in the final third from a finishing standpoint, even with Kane's form. I feel. Sam?
I might get slated for this, but I don't think that we deserve 2 goals in the last 10. Like, I don't think we were really deserving of that in terms of our quality of play, our build-up. I mean, I think, look, I didn't get to watch the Fiorentina match live, and I don't know why, but anyway,